It was always going to be one of those odd games where Sheffield Wednesday come up against the Norwich team, who are very much a team who are hit and miss. You don't know which Norwich City you're going to get. And it showed today. Um, Unfortunately for us, we got the Norwich City that are very good at what they're doing. And that's the issue. It was the good Norwich City today, sadly. And they just showed how good they are. They showed how clinical and how good their quality players are. And there's nothing you can take away from that. Let's do team sheets anyway. Team sheet for Norwich with Gunn, Fisher, Duff, McLean, Ganalopoulos, I think, Nunez, Sarr, Rowe, Sainz, Barnes, Ida. Long, Daisy, McCallum, Bath, former went to play, Forshaw, Fashional, Gibbs, Planchetta, and Hernandez are on the bench. Wednesday went with Dawson, Palmer, Whitway, Diaby, Femero, Byers, Volks, Bannon, Patterson, Masaba, and Cadamartri. The bench was Vaquez, Valentine, Bernard, James, Butley, Backinson, Johnson, and Gatterman, and Fletcher. And they took a very early lead. They looked good when they started. It was just you're not stopping them either. The goal that came in, I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh, Dawson could do better." It was just a damn good, worldy long range shot, and you're like, "Okay, they got there. We're gonna show you what we're like." It took us a while to get into the game. It did take us a fair bit to try and get going and move into the game. But we did start passing around nicely. We started doing all the good things that we've been doing under Danny. And Danny has shown that we can do certain ways of football. We are good at trying to get forward and getting things going. Now, the thing is, his style of football takes a lot of pressing, and sometimes we weren't pressing enough, but then it just started to click. And we were just starting to press more. There was a really good bit of play from Bailey on the keeper. He pressed the keeper and the keeper made a mistake and nearly got us something out of it. So we just kept on going. And they were having chances. But they weren't clear cut. Like they hit the bar of well and then guide a couple of like, if they had their shooting boots, it could have been even more. But thankfully for us, they didn't. Now, we do go 1-1, and you think maybe there's a chance. It's a good throwing in, comes in, and Bailey just puts his head where it is, gets a goal, 1-1, gets a bloody no for his cause. And you're like, great, fantastic, let it keep going here. Get to half time, and you're like, okay, what do we need to do? He makes a change. He brings on Johnson for Byers. Byers was struggling again. I'm starting to think Byers doesn't suit a Danny Roll system. He'd been taken off a couple of times, and a couple of those times has been for tactics. So I don't know if he suits it. Second half turns up and they start really well. Great goal. It's a great goal by Norwich to go 2-1 up. Poor defending by us. And you're like, got to be switched on, got to be awake. And we're not. And we've done this before in the past of starting halves and not being awake, not being ready for stuff, not being there or thereabout to try and get into it more. And you're thinking, we have to improve. We have to carry on where we left off recently. But the issue is that we have not had a quality team who are like Norwich, where when they get opportunity, good. But we're going into this game. A lot of people were like, which Norwich City are we going to get? Are we going to get this really weird, odd Norwich City at the moment? Or are we going to get the proper Norwich City that's really good, who can play good football? And sadly, we got the latter during this one. They go 3-1 up, and it's just a mess. It's a crossing back post. No one really got onto him. I think it should have been Palmer onto him, but no one gets onto it. He gets it in. I think Dawson should have made himself a little bit bigger, but apart from that, nothing happens. And then they just shut up shop. They make it very difficult to go forward. Our pressing gets nullified by how many people they put behind the ball. Barry Bandon's having to take longer on the ball because he's having to try and look for movement. But because they've got so many players behind, there's no real proper movement to try and do it. Because like in the first half, we had loads of corners after corners and we got really good chances. But they kind of dried up. They dried up in the second half because they were just starting to nullify the game. We had a chance by Patterson, but it went over. We made some more subs as well. Cad came off. I think Fletch came on. Valentine came on. I can't remember who else went off out of that lot. But we made the subs, and this time it don't work. And Gatherman came on and tried to do bits and pieces. Massaro took a while to get into the game, and when he did get into the game, he was okay, but just couldn't be there today. It wasn't like we were versus Stoke. And it just shows you the level of quality between what we are at the minute and what we come against. Now, here's the thing. QPR at the weekend is a must-win game, but QPR have been on one hell of a bit of run since they brought in their new manager. Since their new gaffer come in, they've had that manager upturn that you want. Like we have a little bit, but they've managed to do it. They're starting to play a lot better football. They're starting to look more attacking. They're starting to look more aggressive. Are you thinking, I don't think this game is going to be as easy as some people first thought. I wouldn't look at the QPR game as we can do this. This is going to be tough at the weekend. QPR is going to be very tough. You've also got to remember that the game versus whoever Rotherham got, first game in charge for Richardson to try and get his feet wet as the manager of Rotherham. It's going to be one of those interesting things and what happens there. At the end of the day, we can only concentrate on ourselves. It's such a shame to lose the game 3-1. But again, it was all depending on which version of Norwich City turned up. And sadly, the Norwich City that played well and played good football turned up. It's just how it was, and it's a shame, really. But we go again. We got to go again and see what happens. It's a shame, it's a loss, but one of the beauty things was a quick turnaround of games. You haven't got time to dwell on it. You've got to move on to the next one. I'm guessing they're going to be a press conference Friday because they'll be getting back tomorrow. So it's just how it is. It's just how it's going to be. Also, I want to say a quick thank you. I meant to do this at the beginning. I'm very tired, as you can imagine. Thank you for all the lovely comments on the birth of my son, Hunter, and the love that we got from you guys to me, my wife, my eldest, and my son. It means the world to us, and you've made something that's really been difficult last couple of days a bit easier. Just reading your comments, it's helpful to feel a bit more positive. Hopefully we'll have them both home tomorrow. They've got little bits of test that needs doing. Hopefully nothing too serious, but I want to say thank you again. Weird, I've got to look after the son now. I've not looked after the son before. So that's going to be fun. Yeah, but thank you very much for the likes, the comments, the well wishes. We much appreciate it. And also remember, like, share, and subscribe to this channel, please. I will much appreciate it. Especially since I've been doing it all on the phone recently. Nearly most of the videos of late have been on the phone using a new wireless mic set that worked perfectly for this. And it's just little things like this where I can get content out that maybe doesn't look the best. I know this one doesn't look great because I ain't got enough light, but I still try and put content out there for you and stuff to get things sorted because I love doing this. I love doing this. It's been something I've been very passionate for so long, and the fact that I still doing it, I still love it, even when it's rough with the team or when the community can get a bit toxic, I carry on. So thank you for watching. Thank you for just giving us well wishes. It's a loss. It's not what we wanted. We know that. But we move on. We dust ourselves down and we crack on and we go and sort out for QPR at the weekend, which is going to be a very tough game indeed. let's see what we can do. Let's see what Danny and his team can say to the boys to get them ready for it. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.